Let's talk about what we're talking about tonight. The country with infrastructural deficits is Nigeria. How badly will it be for us this period?
Yeah, of course, we never planned for this. We had set plans, in progress to deliver some of those key infrastructural assets. As the commentator mentioned, that about more than 500 infrastructure projects, roads and bridges were going on in different parts, different regions of the country before the coronavirus hit us. This is a kind of a covariate risk, a force majeure sort of. Nobody saw it coming. It wasn't anticipated. And when this happened, and then this is the key threat here is human capital, the people who build, who deliver the infrastructure. So now governments all over the world are struggling, first of all, to save the human asset. You know, in this situation, the first thing to do is to protect the assets, the critical assets, which is human beings. And then for us here in Nigeria, I think we are facing the added problem that we underinvested heavily on the health sector.
So we underinvested?
Heavily, of course, because you can see that we're now running helter-skelter to provide the hospital beds, build isolation centers, get ventilators, and all of that. These are things we never, ever imagined would happen to us. Don't forget that our elite never, use their health facilities in Nigeria. They will always travel abroad. So there was no compelling reason for them to really invest in the health sector.
So, the major concern, for most Nigerians, most of us ply the roads, and lots of road projects were going on before coronavirus hit. And now those projects have been put on pause. You think that now would be a good time to fix, to continue, I don't know, with the time that we have, so because most people are at home.
I was talking about allocation of resources. Now you notice that we have a new problem at hand, which is getting saving as many lives as possible. Right. And that means that we have to invest in health. So funds, will be channeled towards the health sector. And that is what actually is going on right now. And we do not have sufficient even to do that. So it means that we're going to have the problem of time overrun and cost overrun with those infrastructure. So you don't expect them to be delivered, according to plan. Even the Minister of Transportation, Ritima Meshi, mentioned it, that the Chinese who were building the roads are back to their countries. They can't come back right now. And even here as well, our own people are under isolation as well.
So how do we make up for lost time?
There is nothing we can do about this right now. So we just have to wait until this pandemic is over. Nobody knows when it is going to be over. And in our own case, I think we are still at the exponential part of the curve. So we haven't even gotten to the peak. Well, we just pray that it doesn't hit us as hard as it's hitting other countries. So we do not know when that will happen. So we can only begin to plan for other infrastructure assets when we come out from the pandemic.
So we had a problem before the coronavirus hit.
It has worsened.
We're going through, and
exactly.
now we're going
not
back
only
to these
that,
same
we
problems.
also have new demand for infrastructure that we didn't put in place. Right now, there's heavy demand on power because people are home. And now, remember, so many corporate activities, companies, schools have moved their activities online. So that makes huge demand on online and digital infrastructure, which we didn't have. We don't have broadband. We have the highest cost of data. We don't have electricity. So that is added cost to consumers, to households. This is something they never budgeted for, but now they have to make provision to run the generator, buy fuel, buy data to make sure that that the educational infrastructure, human capital development keeps on. So you can see that it's more than a double whammy for us.
Yeah, a lot of food for thought there.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Thank you so much, Dr. Bongo Adi, for joining us on the News at 10, senior faculty member of the Lagos Business School and development economist.